RTV happens to be one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century. It sealed up engines and shower tubs and everything else. One of the downsides of RTV is getting it off. Sure, you can scrape it with a razor blade, a scraper, your fingernails, all kinds of stuff, but it's still a pain in the butt. There's almost nothing that's readily available that will actually dissolve it. But one thing that RTV doesn't like is gasoline. So this paper towel right here on this port is actually covered with gasoline. It's been sitting there to soften it. It causes it to swell, basically. So there's a little bit of RTV left there. I'm installing the headers. This is the passenger side head on the LTD. So let me, it's like I said, this has been soaking here for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes or so. It's not really soaking, it's just kind of covering it because gasoline tends to like to, well, evaporate. So there is the actual port. And one thing I discovered actually quite recently is that if you take a piece of leather, specifically suede, this happens to be a cuff from an old welding glove, and soften it with the gasoline, all you have to do to remove it, instead of scraping it and tearing up your fingernails and everything else, all you really have to do is take a piece of suede and just rub it. And it will eventually come off. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, it doesn't work instantly. It does still take a little bit of elbow grease, but it comes off pretty quick. And it sure beats scratching everything up and leaving all kinds of marks all over your surfaces and everything else. And periodically, as you're doing this, take the paper towel with some gasoline and get some more on there. Let it actually attack the RTV. All right, let's get back to the suede. You can also use a microfiber towel, although it doesn't last as long as the leather, but this works almost as well. So there you go. Only a few minutes of rubbing, and is it perfect? No. Is it good enough? More than good enough, and sometimes good enough is good enough. You could use a roll-lock disc too. I don't like doing that, particularly around exhaust ports, because you don't really know which valves are open. I don't want that abrasive going into the cylinders and damaging the cylinder walls. So this is probably the most effective solution I've come up with. So there you go, an easy way to remove RTV without gouging, scratching, or getting abrasive dust everywhere. Subscribe.